There are 5 sentences that you absolutely must avoid if you want to be a successful real estate investor. And I've heard them over and over again from other investors around me that they're looking for advice. How do I get started? Why can't I be successful? What am I doing wrong? And oftentimes, one of these sentences is being uttered by them. One of these sentences is coming right out of their mouth, and it's immediately, I just want to snatch onto it and say, this is the problem. So pay attention, write these 5 down. The worst thing an investor can say, especially if you want to get started and you want to be successful and you want to find, whether it's getting out and finding foreclosed houses, or if you need to go find lenders, or if you need to go find buyers for your property, if you need to go find renters for your property, the worst thing you can say is, I'm too busy. I'm too busy just means that I can't prioritize. I don't know what's the most important thing for me to do if I'm going to be successful. Instead, I am putting all the other little things in front of what makes me money so that I feel like I am busy. Almost always it ends up being that some form or fear of failure. And so rather than fail at what I have to do, I'm going to do a lot of other little things that keep me busy, make me feel like I've got a lot happening, a lot going on, but yet I'm not finding the success I want because I'm not prioritizing and doing the best things first. So get rid of the whole I'm too busy. It's funny how often I hear this next sentence from investors that you have to get out of your vocabulary, and that is that I don't have the experience. The funny thing is there was not a single investor out there that you can model, not a single one that you can look to and say, I want to do what they've done, or I want to be as successful as they are. Not a single one of them started from birth with all this experience and understanding of how to be a real estate investor. They did is they took their life experience, they took the experience of others around them, people that they wanted to model, and they said, this is how I'm going to be successful. This is how it gets done. So the whole experience thing, throw it out the window. You have plenty of other investors to model around you that can show you, here's the steps I take, here's the things I need to do, this is how I'm going to be successful if I want to continue to invest in real estate. So forget about the experience level. It's already been done before you. Just follow the steps of others and you can find success. I remember talking to an investor one time, and he was telling me that this was not a good time to get started in investing because he was looking to really time the market perfectly. I'm going to be real blunt on this one, that timing the market is for really, really smart investors, and even I'm not one of them that wants to try and time the market. I don't know that it's possible because every little market is different. Every sub-market is different. You can't talk about the US real estate market and say that's the market that we have. Instead, what you have to do is realize that today, right now, is the perfect time to get started. If you don't get started today, you know what? Tomorrow, perfect day to get started. Too bad it wasn't yesterday. Either way, there is never going to be the perfect time to get started investing in real estate. You've got to get started somewhere, and the longer you wait for the perfect time to get started, the longer it'll be that you will never get off go. So make sure you don't use that. Don't let that one be an excuse that keeps you held back. An excuse that I get quite often is, I don't have the money to get started. And look, that is legitimate. That is a fear that many investors have, is how do I get started if I don't have the money to make this work? If I don't have the money to buy that first home, or I don't have the money to do the mail outs and all the things that I have to do in order to get my business off the ground. I can tell you this, that if you are driven, if you know what you want to do, if you have a good business plan, if you know the goals you want to accomplish, and you surround yourself with good people, the money will follow. Don't chase it. Don't chase money, okay? When you chase money, it runs. Instead, attract it. Be great, be extraordinary. Show this incredibly good plan that you have. Show the determination to be successful. Surround yourself with great people, and they will see in you exactly what it takes to become a good real estate investor. And I promise, if you do that, you will attract the money that you need. It may not be sitting there in your hands today, but do not let that be the reason why you don't push forward. Don't let that be the reason why you don't develop your plan, build your team, get out there and get started and get going, because I promise when the time is right, when you really have the deal and you need the money, you can find it. Money goes to good deals. You can find the money. For me personally, this is one of the worst things that can come out out of the mouth of anybody. I don't let this sentence be said around me. I've got signs all around our offices saying that this is the one word, the one sentence that we don't let anyone say, and it's I can't. I can't is a declaration from whomever says it that it's over. Because whether you can or you can't, you're always right once you declare it. Once you say, I cannot accomplish something, it's over. You have no shot at getting it done. So you need to go into every scenario, every situation, especially if you want to be a successful real estate investor, with the idea that I can. Now, I may not have it all put together yet, and I may not have the entire roadmap, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to be a successful investor. I don't know if it'll be passive or active, or is it going to be single families or commercial, or exactly what's it going to be in the long run. But as long as you have the attitude of I can't, you're right. You will not get off go and nothing will ever change. That's the one sentence out of everything else that you must eliminate immediately. Hopefully you wrote those 5 sentences down. Hopefully you put 3 lines underneath I can't and wrote next to it, never, ever, ever say this, because that is a killer right off the top. I hope you find some success with this list. I hope you're able to get into your vocabulary, remove these sentences, help yourself be successful, help yourself move forward, get started, and find success as an investor by getting rid of these negative thoughts and these negative sentences and being positive all the way to the bank.